has directed a rerun of the parliamentary election in Kpandai within 30 days. The Ekonina said, Tamale High Court said, Kpandai constituency no, I na me no kasei, MPP Ampia, your friend Matthew. I don't know that Akunyano so and ne. Tamale High Court said, Yan sign Konenkoye election for Frobim. Nina said, after the election 2024, no, on the parliamentary, no, NDC parliamentarian candidate, also no, your friend, no, Daniel Nzila Wakpa, and the court to say, Kwanya ye fa so a ye kenkan abato no ono no nke ya ye ne se anko ne ye enti ebe ya ye mfa asem no enko court and asem ne de court na le judge ye frɛ no Emmanuel Breu Prange e ka say petition na NDC ni no e de court no waje atum enti sa na tie de a ye nsan kɔ ne nkoto abano foforo ewo Kpandai constituency. I na me no kasei assemblea and aba abeto mu ewo the media no. Na de na eko, de eko nyina ne se sa constituency we friend Kpandai aye constituency bia NDC for atena konwa no so for many time, but 2012 and na Yewura Matthew etumi ekoji city every NDC for ho. And since then up to now, one enya emapem ene. Now 2024 about to equal 2 years. And NDC MP said that be on Tiasia because according to him, no, even though evidence the BIA or said MPP candidate no with a difference of over 3,000 votes, still on Tiasia and sign Emfa court. Yemfanko court. As I said, go to court. Judge, your friend. Judge Ayefani Justice Emmanuel Breu Pranga Aji Assembly to say allegations na Sabu NDC parliamentarian candidate and the buyer or no wajiatum and disane tia dia yenko na yensan enkoto abano fufuro assembly and a free court over. Now judge Emma ruling we and NDC elections director, deputy director, I friend computer, Tanko computer, Eba Bontain, Edin Sembi, Eba Toho. Sansona, the MPP sitting MP, over Pamba and so Aba Bontain, Abekasa, or the lawyer Yina, Aba Abekasa. Sansona NDC lawyer so Aba no Abekasa. Yanto was here, the Yanshimu, the and Sama, the both sides. MPP side and the NDC side on this rerun elections, the Omoka and the Faro. Yeni Kayanko, Ninko Tie, Tango computer, Asama Okaye, Abra Jeji, Eddie Sa decision way, ever talk about Tie.
Court for having done justice to the good people of Kpandai. All along, the NDC has been saying that there are several crooked electoral officers who are bent on stealing people's mandate. And one of these is what has been exposed today. We said it time and again that the seat of Kpandai was the seat for the NDC. They rigged the election, and we've been saying it time and again that we will continue to expose crooked electoral officers who will continue to rig election. We will stop them. We will make sure that the NDC will prevent such rigging machinery of the then MPP and their crooked collaborators in the Electoral Commission. Clearly, the CI 127, if you look at Regulation 43, 1A up to H spell out how collation of parliamentary election is done. You collate results based on two forms. We have from 1C and then from 1D. You assemble the results from 1C and then put the summaries on from 1D and declare the results. This was not done. They didn't do that. They just organized themselves, ran to Tamale, cooked some results, and announced Nindam as a parliamentary candidate elect. This is what they did. And that is why we make sure that we follow through the process. The NDC is the most lawful political party in Ghana. We didn't use lawless means to get this verdict. We made sure that we follow through the process and we have gotten favorable judgment. I can assure you, we are appealing to our opponents, the MPP. They shouldn't come for the by-election because we will hand them some heavy defeat. if they if they still want to have some kind of respect to the good people of Ghana, they should chicken out how they chicken out in Tamale Central. Otherwise, our election machinery, you can see my regional minister is here, my presidential staffer, my candidate is here. We are going home. I'm sending the verdict back to National Secretariat. We are going to prepare. They've given us 30 days. We are ready. Even tomorrow, we are ready for it. We are going to make sure that the seat will return to NDC within 30 days. We are happy. We are grateful to Kpandai people for their patience. We assure them that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will continue to do the goodies for them. We'll continue to do whatever we are doing and to make sure that proper representation of NDC is done in the Kpandai constituency. We are grateful.
Tanko computer, NDC election director, deputy election director, Edebeto Abontin said, "Ono si dientia omodi assemble eko court say yenko according to omo NDC for no kwanya yefa so ye collate elections no ya nye ni ye enti results na ba Abontin no they don't trust in that enti osisa na tie dia MPP for emaye nkokora say ye contest because ombe use their election machinery no e dey agi to me no afri MPP and some na omama NDC ni abetra konwa no so tanko nso kasa wiye no and the sitting MP ene judge e dey ababonte say na konwa na wodi no yensam fanko na yenkoto so aba no eno so ba abonten ono no so e be kyerɛkyerɛ nsɛm mu say the NDC for can na yenokore na mbom no eye kwan bi omo afa so say said the NDC aban ene edi Ghana so no omo betumi afa kwa mmane so edi tumi age akonwa no afiri ono nsam no se da bi onsuro kura he is not not afraid to say rerun and onye afraid in super because and some na judge when they aba no a high court ye supreme court wo entino ono no so ye sure say one way election with over 3,000 votes ready contra ho e ma ye mfa ne sekan enya nanka ye nko ne nkonkoti asema ye Matthew the sitting MP for Kpandai Eddie Everton Abontin. Then some studios is here.
Well, let me in the first place thank my supporters, thank the good people of Kpandai, and let me put it on record that I'm still their MP. Yes, I want to put it on record that I'm still their MP. Although, like the lawyer said, we were in court, and before we came to court, I can say for sure that for about a week, we knew that things were not going to be right. Our opponents were jubilating. They were saying all manner of things in Kpandai, and they were too sure that this is the judgment they were going to get. But as law-abiding citizens, I want to put on record that yes, we respect what the judge has said. We vehemently disagree with him. I know that I won the election with a difference of 3,734. And that is a clear victory. And if you look at the pink sheets, it's on record that they've admitted that every single pink sheet was given to all the political parties. I have my 152 pink sheets. They have their 152 pink sheets. And if you put the results together, we have won the elections. For some reasons, powers that may be, they decided to come to court and knowing very well that maybe they'll be able to use the state's powers to overturn certain things. But I think that we are in a country that is governed by laws. And that is why the courts are arranged from a lower level to a higher level. So that when a ruling is given at a lower level and you disagree, you move to the next level, which we have done this time. We have completely filed our stay of execution. The lawyer has done that. He's filed the appeal to as well. And we think that God being so good, the next is ours. I'm not afraid. Let me put on record that for a run, you see, if genuinely we have to run, we won't have a problem. But if you decide to pave your way through because you think that you are in government and you can use state powers to be able to coerce the people to vote for you, that's where we have a difficulty. In any case, he came to court with 41 polling stations. And these 41 polling stations are areas that I won with huge margins. But they realized that if they get the judgment for even the 41 police station, they were going to lose it straight away. So for whatever reason, the judge said that we're going to have a rerun. But we respect it. We have gone to the appeal court. We filed stay of execution, and we will take it from there. It is an interesting story, okay? Because it has never happened before. This is the first time something like this has happened in Ghana. And it should tell all of us that we are not safe. We are not safe. We need to sit up as a nation, because if the executive can directly come, and you saw the court today, even the regional minister himself was in court. Almost everybody who matters was in court, and that completely told me that Yale, what you are sensing is what is going.
Yenti se utie asema MP aene NDC pesa omfa ni tumi emeji na konya efri ne nsem ya de o kire ne se onti bi kurada se ya to aba na wanwe ne go over 3,000 votes na enu achi no enam se aban bi na edi akonwa ntiri se ya de tumi ebeji okonwa afri nsem o se wate se ye Canada da mpo se ene court na omo kono. They were going there because the judge was going to say yan sanko election game. Now see who pass court was the regional minister Jina Hobi, everybody that matter in that area bia or NDC biano. No Jina Hobi, I said there were influences on the judge decision. Now onoka sawi ena sabio NDC lawyer Jina mu edema NDC candidate ya warrior or so until and was a muso. Honestly, somebody but not the Akuraba no dear. He was attacking the electoral commissioner or declare results no edema the MPP candidate. So yenti na yansambra studio there.
To the court for having done justice to the good people of Kpandai.
Before the court was very simple. We had a rogue electoral commission district electoral officer who decided to abuse discretion. Now, what is important, and that why this case is significant, is that at every district election collation center, there are certain rights that are preserved for the candidates. Now, when the polling station closes, you move to the district collation center, and that's the parliamentary collation center, and certain things can be done there, including asking for a recount of even a polling station. Now, when you say that there are disturbances at the collation center, the law is clear that you either adjourn it to the next day or you can adjourn it even for a week. But you don't relocate the district or redesignate the collation center without notice to the participating candidates. And then you, when you were brought to court, decide that you are going to support one side against the other, making allegations that the petitioner was involved in busing hooligans to the place to come and destroy property, and also to engage in acts which were inconsistent with the election laws. When the district election officer was put in the box, he could not even point one, even his own videos, to show that indeed the petitioner had done any of those things. So clearly, our point was very simple. The failure to notify the petitioner of the relocation and redesignation of the collation center meant that clearly there was no way he could have participated in the collation and to be able to exercise his rights, which included serious irregularities which we brought to the court. So in the fairness of the entire thing, including the ample evidence that there was complete destruction of the biometric verification system and all that, the only alternative would be to rerun the election. And so we are very happy that the court has ordered that within 30 days, the election should be rerun. The power and the sovereignty lies with the people. It is for them to decide who their MP is. And you cannot be a beneficiary of such an incident and call yourself an MP. That is out of the question. So the alleged MP, who has now been clearly exposed as not being the MP elect, was a beneficiary of a rigged system by the district election officer. And I will appeal to the petitioner and the NDC election committee to ensure that that district election officer does not return back to that position, because he can cause mayhem in this country if he's allowed to do so.
And today, Papa will soon can say, according to him, was the election officer now, let's say the election EC officer now, no ye in charge of the counting of the vote. You know, say one candidate or district because I'm not say will say your two abani we are one candidate or district. Simple won't to mean kind of district head office because of say a brilliant or announce and phone kosua. Ube to me add to asher that other said the next day announce even a week after. And since according to him, the electoral commission officer no anya saa de no there according to him no we because I say or the court tamale mom ne kokan ye abra one more the NDC candidate na mania and to him all the process no ring elections now and the other company say oh no obey him so obesere say emma that election officer no emma Kpandai who be election officer emma the rerun elections because the NDC to them they are not more ready now they say yen sign ko the yanko to aban fufuro now we and the lawyer of the sitting MP for the MPP ababonte say hey emra ewo Ghana maimu na mena ewo Ghana maimu ne say ya hihye the court no from level to level you will lower second third and the last court and the Supreme Court. It is a high court to say young conquer real runner and to say a definite because near make it any evidence ye kita no omon tia say the entire they have to go rerun and this an etia there and this you should stop jubilating because I said no said ye tibia ye the Supreme Court now one fancy or say ye were be a file of execution just asem na judge the kind of high court hono omono mo ndikaya pili say decision na court no ye monto kakra because they want to go further into the law to see say sabio with all the evidence if it is really necessary to go for a rerun yenti asema the MP the sitting MP the lawyer and so a kind of chire adofo after the judgment from the court of Kamale.
We believe that the petition was frivolous, but the court has decided otherwise. So we respect the decision of the court, but we strongly disagree with the judgment. And we have already shown our agreement by filing a competent notice of appeal, and we've added a motion for stay of execution. As a lawyer, if you have picked certain information that judgment will be compromised, you prepare. So you come for the judgment with a notice of appeal in your pocket. And that was exact decision that is affirmed because we knew that was what was going to happen. So it's not even surprising at all. And so the only fight left for us is to follow the due process of the law. And that is by filing a notice of appeal. This is my notice of appeal dated 24th November 2025 at 10:04. The motion for stay of execution is dated 10:13. Now the petitioner has been served with the process and he decided to throw it away. But that's proper service. In law, if they serve you a process and you throw it away, the bailiff will only go and prove service by saying that you were served but you threw the process away. And that's even contempt of court, but that's for another day. But all I want to say is that we have accepted the decision, we respect it, but we disagree. And that is why we are marching forward to the Court of Appeal, where we believe that they will review the evidence on the record. For example, the record is that everyone was given a copy of the pink sheet. Now, the evidence on the record is that there was violence at the initially designated coalition center, which is Kpandai. And now, once there was violence, the EC has the right to relocate the coalition center. Now, regulation 48 of CI 127 says that the absence of a candidate and his agent at the coalition center does not invalidate the results. So if you came to court saying that there were issues with 41 police stations, what is the results of the collated, figures for those police stations that were not having issues. The NDC couldn't answer this in court. Now, they said that the affected police station 41, that the total votes is about 500. Now, commonsensically, if you take that 500 votes and add it to the petitioner, he will still not win the elections. So on what basis would a court annul results when elections are held at the police stations and won at the police stations? But as I said, we normally say the law is in the bosom of the judge. That doesn't mean the judge is necessarily right. And if you are dissatisfied as a party, that's why there is a hierarchy. You climb the next ladder, which is the Court of Appeal in the instant case.
And this is a lawyer, Elkan, the Okan say, and this for the Omudina so Omudi Assembly Court and say, Yankai election no resource no ewo Kpandai Ekrumo, Memory the court tamale, enti a year bad. Now the almost constituency 41 be or to them no resource no babon teneno. Enye no correct. Na say ye kind nipa dodo omo sa constituency o moto aba no munyi no dodo e 500. And the lawyer na kire say na wo say problem e 41 constituency nipa omo ye 500. Resource nka na aka nyina wo gini nyina atom. And he said the 500 no kura nyina e de mawa still ano who to me and go beyond the MP now one way with over 3,000 votes. And the was a judge, and you know, assassin will so say, Yan sign Konya and Kotua Banafufro. Would him say general election, Pono, Sabio. You can kind of banana Kassam constituency beer. Yet to use a constituency to do Yakai. Say the home vote to cry in Amma Nipa Simasia, own to me and Sasa the decision of the election. And to me, a bogu, I had a near declare a resource for another for the candidate who is winning. It is the same thing. So it's like it is clear, say the NDC want to use their power as a ruling party to influence. Said there be a Bessian qua battle beam. It is a Sanko battle beam. Let's say, and now what it will be easy for them to convince the Grofo constituency on say, I want to have a farmer and this candidate to say, development. So that is all what they are doing. This is abuse of power. This is a clear cut of abuse of power. Because the 41 constituency according to Honorable Matthew, MPP and Preacher said, South 41 constituency no kura kana a home pon on the massive vote to the free. He said the gap or the winning a home po and another way. So what is the sense in all of this? It is clear. Say we a abuse of power. Yana tiakoviam. Yana yedi abino. Yana yedi abino. Eti dia yepe ena yedi yo. Tiemieba. Utien sama asi nyina. The only issue of more pending is ya nikre abano watamale. Ya nikre abano wat Kpandai, then we the court tamale. But in the law, it is written said, say ban is trust be because over be a more you can relocate yourself. So what is your issue? But I cannot tell you the reason why a judge can sit down with all this evidence lying, telling you say that you have to rerun the election. Abusia, you are some a higher rass media GH. But I was say, "Eno bre, me chemi ya friend Kodua Bright and Nasafo, we are kwesi asamwa and I will show asamani." But the money say, "Eno bre, try to leave your comment at the comment section box. Naturally, wondering if what is going is the right thing or wrong thing." But the money say, until we meet again, adios.